Good morning, everybody. It's Bill Kanda, Chairman of the Custer County Board of Commissioners. It's Thursday, October the 16th, 2025, and the time is 9 o'clock. Please silence your phones if you got them, if you haven't done it already. Meeting is being recorded on YouTube and on we got Zoom. So would you please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible with liberty and justice for all.
Please join me for the invocation. Lord, we just come before you and we thank you for this beautiful county that we live in, the mountains, the snow that we have on them. Lord, I just pray for our citizens that live here in this county, work, breathe, eat, enjoy their families, enjoy their life. Lord, I just pray that you would give us the wisdom to make decisions that would be beneficial for the majority of them. And I just pray this in your name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Okay, roll call, Kelly.
Commissioner Kanda?
Here.
Commissioner Epp?
Present.
Commissioner Vogelsong?
Here.
County Attorney Dan Slater?
Here.
BOCC Admin Caitlin Womack here, and Clerk to the Board Kelly Camper present.
Okay, thank you, Kelly. Can you hear us okay, Dan?
I can, yes.
Okay, audience introduction. Let's start here. Sarah.
I am Sarah Fisher. I'm here with Family Crisis, and
Thank you.
we just thank you for having us.
James Gilbert.
Brian Lockhart, landfill supervisor.
Jim Shadland.
And online, anybody yet?
We got Bob Smith and John Price.
Okay. Any amendments? I have none.
I need to add one item that came up just basically a couple days ago. But until we talked about it with public health, I didn't know whether it was gonna be on here, but we need to add in the Colorado Local Public Health Agency Chronic Disease Framework Grant
They gotta have it done by tomorrow or something.
by Friday, and we didn't think we were going to be even
Oh, because
eligible
of
for
the-
it. We had been
yeah.
told that we weren't gonna be. This is through the STEP program, but
I remember talking about it.
yeah, we weren't gonna be, and then all of a sudden they said, no, you are eligible, so.
All right, let's add it to the bottom.
Well, if we could add it, I'd appreciate it.
Do you have a copy of that?
I do.
Can you email that to me,
Yes, ma'am.
please?
Okay. Good deal. That's good news, actually. Okay, approval of the minutes. We've got several of them. Kelly, you've been working overtime somewhere. Wherever you can.
You guys been on to me.
Yeah. September 30th, and then we had that special meeting, October 8th special meeting. We had the three of them. They look good to me. I'm happy with them. You got any issues?
There's no changes here.
All in favor of accepting the minutes from September
Wait a
30th?
minute. Do we have a first motion and a second?
Need a
Oh,
motion.
need a motion, okay?
I'll make a motion that we approve the BOCC meetings of September 30th, special meeting, October 8th, regularly scheduled meeting, and October 8th special meeting.
All second. All right, all in favor of accepting the minutes from the 30 special meeting, the October 8th meeting, and the October 8th special meeting, say aye. Lucas.
Aye.
Paul.
Vogelsong, huh?
And I. Commissioner items, Paul.
Not this time, had just a maintenance keep up all week, so. Nothing new has arisen or any problems.
Okay, good. Okay, Lucas.
Attended the UOCOG meeting yesterday. They got a new finance director, so that should be a lot better. I spoke to her a little bit, discussed some things and saw where their plan's going. They're looking for a new auditor as well. And then we did our IT contract services kickoff meeting yesterday. They will be coming in the next 3 weeks to do probably right after Veterans Day, they'll come to do interviews with staff. They've got a training schedule set up for all the staff. So it'll take us about till the end of the year to get all set up and going and turned over to them for help desk tickets, go through all the list, label everything, take pictures of everything. So when somebody calls in, they've got what you have, what you're going. So got that done. Tourism board meeting on Tuesday. And then we had a workshop on going through policies that we're trying to dig out of the past. But we're not unlike
And we found a bunch.
Buena Vista or
We
many
got
other
more than we thought.
communities that are going through it. So,
And more to follow.
yeah.
And Bob will be bringing those to us in another, couple, next meeting. So one is at the next time we're gonna talk policies or?
No, it'll probably be a little later after that. So
Okay.
that's all I got.
Okay. The only thing that I would like to mention, I don't have any other things because we've been through them all together, is we're looking at working with Stephanie Luck on putting together a referendum or a resolution that we would like to get the state to consider, and that's on banning pornography. So there's a big push at the federal level. It's gotten a lot of different action, and it's time to us to stand tall here in the state. So we'll work with them, taking our resolution that we passed, and we did pass that along to other counties. It's time to get it before the voters, actually. We'll see how that plays out before the next election. And other than that, no other news from me right now.
If I may make one back up to, I attended the Upper Arkansas Corporate Weed Management down in, and there wasn't any people there from the government because they were all furloughed or whatever out with no working. So we had kind of a roundtable, so there's nothing really to report except most of the topic was on setting up their convention in January. So that's about it.
I do have one other point for the veterans out there in the world. We have been moving pretty hard. As you know, Dominic's been a mover and shaker. He's called for a meeting, and then all the counties surrounding us are excited about it. But once he contacted Chaffey County, Fremont County, Orfano, and us, and putting together the VSOs from each of those together to talk about the overall picture and how we're processing items together, who needs help on understanding other ways of doing business, because not all of them have had the same schooling or the same experiences. And Dominic is probably preeminent in the experience he's gotten because he came from the state where you're actually working with the VA and understands all the ins and outs. So that should help, because we are on our border, we have, Fremont County's got 4,500 people, we've got 1,000. Between the two of us are the biggest owners of the vets, plus Chaffey County, and they all have new VSOs right now. And one from Fremont County is retiring, but he's been retiring for a while, so we don't know when he's gonna be leaving, but they've got 2 positions down there. That's good, get them together, and that's best for the veterans. Good. Okay, therefore, it's up to the attorney. Anything, Dan?
No, I just wanted to give you a heads up. I've got a planning and zoning hearing at 9:30 that I've got to call in for. So I'll step out of this for a few minutes to do that, and then I'll come back in.
Okay, thanks, Dan. How about you, Caitlin?
I don't have anything new.
Okay, thanks. Okay, with that, anything else to talk about here? Elected officials report. We've got the treasurer's report to look at. And this is for the month of August. Bottom line was, we started off with $11,275,372.72 and ended up with $10,989,224.87. Heavy hitters, road and bridge. What else? Hospital district did some. Lodging, tourism, it looks all right, then.
Yeah, that looked good.
capital improvement. We've done some capital improvement, and more to come.
Nothing's in the negative in the balances, so.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay, I move we accept the treasurer's report.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, any other discussion?
No.
Okay, therefore I'll call for the vote. All in favor of accepting the treasurer's report for the month of August. It'll be published. Say aye, Paul.
Aye.
Lucas.
Aye.
Kanda, aye. Thank you. Now, I'll sign this one. Or you got this, you got it, okay.
Yeah.
All right, with that, we can go into unfinished business. Have we got any? I don't think we do. I don't have any.
No. Nothing I know of.
And with that, Lucas, you're up on accounts payable.
So I'll run through the AP, that was over 5,000 through 10/16 of 25. Buildings and grounds, CenturyLink, $5,175. Buildings and grounds, CCC Communication, this was for 3 radios for the commissioners, $6,000. District Attorney, Office of the DA, it's 1/12 of the DA budget's paid monthly, $12,608. County Patrol, DCF Guns, SO ammo, $4,954. County Coroner, the El Paso County that does our autopsies, we paid out $6,400. Road and Bridge, Maintenance, Corporate Billing LLC for Road and Bridge supplies, $5,035. Road and Bridge Maintenance, McFarland Oil for Road and Bridge Fuel, $22,075. And Airport Fuel to Accent Aviation Group, for jet fuel, $12,328.
Okay, bottom line is,
I don't know, I'm gonna have to look it up.
yeah,
It's on the computer here.
yeah, I can't get to it. The bottom line.
I have it.
Yeah.
What is it?
$203,496.99.
You get that, yeah. Okay.
Okay. I have a motion.
Make a motion that we accept the accounts payable, the total that Ms. Caitlin just announced.
I'll second it. It's $203,496.99. Okay, any discussion? More? Bye.
Everything was pretty much, normal business from what I saw. Going through it, and I reviewed it with Kristen, Tuesday morning. Yeah, Tuesday morning, so.
Quick question.
Yeah,
With Kristen, is she working like normal hours?
she's working, 8 to 4, 5 days a week.
8, 4, 5, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna call it the other day, and I wasn't sure.
But she is an hour ahead of us, so
Okay.
just remember that.
Okay.
Good question. Okay, I'll call for the vote. All in favor of accepting the accounts payable report, say aye. Lucas?
Aye.
Paul?
Vogelsong,
Kanda, aye. Okay, it's Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Who's got that
Welcome, Sarah Fisher. I can read through this if you guys would like me to.
one? Yeah, go ahead.
So the Domestic Violence Awareness Month proclamation for Custer County, Colorado, whereas 1 in every 4 women and 1 in every 7 men will experience domestic violence during their lifetime, whereas approximately 15.5 million children are exposed to domestic violence every year. Whereas when a family member is abused, it can have long-term damaging effects on the victim that also leave a mark on family, friends, and the community at large. Whereas the problem of domestic violence is not confined to any group or groups of people, but crosses all economic, racial, gender, educational, religious, and societal barriers and is sustained by societal indifference. Whereas the crime of domestic violence violates an individual's privacy, dignity, security, and humanity due to the systematic use of physical, emotional, sexual, psychological, and economic control and/or abuse. Whereas victims should have help to find the compassion, comfort, and healing they need, and domestic abusers should be punished to the full extent of the law. Whereas victims of violence should have access to medical and legal services, counseling, emergency and transitional housing, and other supportive services so they can escape the cycle of abuse. Whereas important partnerships have been formed among criminal and juvenile justice agencies, healthcare providers, allied professionals, and victim services to assist victims of domestic violence and their families. Whereas we dedicate ourselves to protecting vulnerable members of our community. Whereas Florence has a moral obligation to work to Custer has a moral obligation to work to prevent domestic violence, address its brutal and destructive effects, and make ending domestic violence a local priority. Now, therefore, let it be proclaimed that the Custer County Council members, the Custer County Board of Commissioners do hereby proclaim the month of October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and urge all citizens to actively support Family Crisis Services work towards the elimination of domestic violence. The foregoing resolution was duly adopted at a regular meeting of the BOCC of the County of Custer, State of Colorado, on the 16th day of October 2025, following vote.
Okay, I'll move that we accept the proclamation for the Domestic Violence Awareness Month proclamation. We approve that.
This day,
Yeah, for this day, as stated. Go ahead.
I second that.
Okay, would you want to talk about it a little bit, Sarah?
I would love to. I would love to just sort of highlight a few things that our organization has been doing. And the numbers that I have are from 2024, but it sort of sheds a little bit of a light on like the value of the organization. We service not just Custer County, but Fremont County as well. And last year alone, we served 274 brand new clients. So we know that the services that we offer for sexual assault victims and domestic violence victims are legitimate services that are really being utilized. We also were able to provide in our safe house 1,427 nights of shelter. That says a lot, especially when you compare it to how low our population numbers are, that we're still able to service that many people and provide that much safety, honestly, for people that are fleeing crisis situations. We also took on our hotline 1,070 crisis calls. And so something that I just want to say about our crisis number, and I have our number here, I think if it's okay with you guys, I'd like to give that number.
Sure.
Our number is 719-275-2429. It is a 24-hour hotline number and it's manned locally. So when someone calls that hotline number in an emergency, they're not going to get someone in another state or someone that's maybe even in another country. That's something that we personally man so that if there is a crisis, we can respond to that person and just really be the boots on the ground that's necessary to get that person to safety. So
Before you go, since you brought it up, how big is the area? What's the area?
it's all of Custer and all of Fremont County.
Okay, both, okay. And where's it answered? In Florence? Scott 275.
Our actual facility, our office facility is in Kansas
Canyon,
City.
right. Okay, and okay, so, and you don't have a breakout of the different counties, where is it pretty much even calls from both counties?
I don't have a breakdown of which came from Fremont and which came from Canyon.
And who responds?
Our office does, the people in our office.
So the people in your office out of Canyon drive up to the south end of
Absolutely.
Custer County, and they have been.
And I'd like to say something to that, since you brought that up. this is something that we love so much about our, like, sheriff, honestly, here in Custer. He has provided a network of transportation for the victims. We are not allowed to go pick somebody up and take them to our safe house. That's more of a freedom thing that's written into our grant, but we still will go on site and help people if necessary. But the sheriff does provide that service. And it is an extreme scenario where they have to come and bring someone. Oftentimes they'll go to a hospital, or, they'll wind up at the hospital in Canyon. They'll wait at the hospital for the victim. They'll wait for us to get to the hospital to meet them. They'll make sure that we're gonna be able to get the victim to, like, the safe house space, that we'll have space in our safe house. They will then transport the person to our safe house. So it's hours and hours that they're investing in making sure that they're doing what they can, because we legally can't put a victim in our car and take them. And so it's an extraordinary thing that the sheriff is doing with his team. And we just really want to give a shout out to that and say thank you so much.
And do you coordinate that with Human Services here in both
Yes.
Custer and Fremont County?
And in Fremont, yeah.
And if I could add to that, Cheryl, is that the sheriff is using posse people to do that, and they're not pulling a deputy off their patrol or anything to get that done, so our posse is doing a great job for being
Unbelievable.
volunteered.
And how long are they staying in the safe house?
They typically, it depends on the situation. If they're in a situation where they're not really gonna be able to stay safely in that location because it is in Fremont, then we can keep them temporarily and then try to locate them to another space that is safer, or maybe is less compromised. But our goal is to get them into housing where they're gonna be safe. So whether that means they're relocating to a different area or staying in some sort of housing program that we can provide, which we do have funding now to help them, it really is depending on the individual situations. If we have, for example, a mom that has multiple children and she's juggling school transfers and a lot of paperwork things and waiting for a space to open that's big enough for her and her children to move into, it might take a little bit longer. We really try to be flexible with that, like whatever it is they need.
One last quick question from me, and
Yeah.
others keep getting in the middle, but of the thousands of calls you get, how many of them result in a move to a safe house?
Well, that's a good question. A lot of times someone will call our hotline and they're in a situation that they're not ready to leave yet. They're perhaps afraid that if they do leave, that their victimization is gonna get worse. When the perpetrator finds out, he might follow them, he might find out. So sometimes when someone calls our hotline, they're really just like in an escalated scenario and they're trying to get options and they're trying to figure out, like, is this something that would be possible for me? We have a statistic that says that a victim will go back to the abuser up to 7 times. So sometimes we know that they're not necessarily gonna come right away to our safe house or receive our services.
I have one question on the school children. If we have a child up here that say he's in middle school or whatever, and they go to the safe house, how's that school? Do they come back up here and attend their school on a normal basis, or are they away from it for the period of time?
Usually if they would be dealing with a situation where it was that far, they would probably be doing more of the online classes.
I mean, that is part of that connection, is working with the school to get that done.
We try to keep as much consistency as we can. We do have bus service that's available, like at a close area to our safe house, so the children who are of school age can still, attend school and do the things that they need to do.
That's in
We'll
Fremont
also-
County, though.
Yeah,
in Fremont
mostly
County,
would be
yeah.
online up.
We'll try to keep them in the same schools though, so, and is the point, even though we're technically out of zone, we'll try to keep the kids with as consistent of a schedule, but probably they would be doing online services. It would really be up to the parent.
And that capability is available to them.
Yes.
Thank you.
Anything else you'd like to?
No, that's it, but you guys, that's great questions, thank you.
Anything here? Anything online?
No, I did
Questions?
change the typos that were in the original proclamation, so.
Okay, so
I'll have a
what
new-
I'll be able to sign is correct.
Yes,
Okay.
I didn't see them first.
Thank you.
I muted anybody.
Thought we
Jim.
changed counties.
Yeah, question for you. If a victim phones a hotline and the abuse involves threats or potential use of a firearm, do you file a complaint with the court under the red flag laws for that? And if so, well, that's that question. And then I have a comment, which is, unfortunately, I find it a little, I don't know, disappointing that it's the 16th of October and we're recognizing a month. So we missed half a month in our recognition, so hopefully next year we'll start it in September, recognizing October.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so.
Good question.
Good
I
question.
appreciate that. To your first question, if a victim calls and has any scenario where there's something that needs to be reported to the police or DHS or anything like that, our response is to encourage the victim to do the report. We are not legally allowed to do that because our services are 100% confidential. And so even in a scenario where we feel that there should be a report made, or in any other scenario the report would be made, the victim is still the one who's encouraged to do that report.
That's hard to do sometimes, isn't it?
No idea. Sometimes it is. Yeah.
Good questions. Anybody else online, anything?
JD's here.
Okay, I'll call for the vote then. All in favor of declaring October, where's the, I don't have it to read now. What's the title? I don't want to make it.
Oh, it would be, you have your paper.
Yeah, okay, declaring October Domestic Violence Awareness Month as our proclamation here at Custer County. All in favor, say aye. Oops.
Aye.
Wallace on
Kanda, aye. And that's a good question. Thank you, everybody on that. And we have JD as a new member of the
Arrival.
today, so get him on our list. Thanks, JD, for being here.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Next up, Logmasters Nicholas Smith signed variance. So we have a variance request. And who's bringing that in? Paul, you got it?
Have not. We have a permit application from Nicholas Smith. He is on County Road 241. And he is requesting to have a permanent sign put on their private property. However, after the commissioners and everybody involved, we're looking into the size that he has asked for. He has asked for a 6-foot high by 10-foot sign be put on their property to advertise their business of Logmasters Log Home. And we have a size requirement for the county, and which does not meet this. So I believe in our discussion, we need to inform the individual that the sign does not meet our size requirements and post it for another day. Any other input on that?
Well, yeah, I think this is being presented to approve as a variance, so we can look at it. Here's what I know about signs. We do have a resolution that says there's 3 categories of signs. There's political signs, and there's commercial signs, and there are temporary signs. And the size restriction is 20 square feet, period. This one is 60 by 60 square feet. If you look at 10 by 6 is the total sign. So it's way out of the limits that we have the resolution
Yeah, it's
on.
on the screen.
And in the past, this skips, just so you know the process, it does not go through the zoning and commission to look at the variance and approve one way or the other. It's always gone to the commissioners directly because of just the type that it is. And as you know, there's restrictions on 96 already from the state level. You don't allow any commercial signs, big billboards, in other words. There would be no reason why he couldn't have a small sign swing on his own property that meets the 20 square foot requirement. Say, call X, Y, and Z if you want to allow it home. So, from my point of view, I would move that we don't accept this
As
variance
currently, yeah.
as stated. Then if he wants to come back and put a different sign.
Modify it to another.
That's my motion, I know that.
Application.
Sure.
I'll second that.
Okay, any other discussion?
Yeah,
It's a beautiful sign, by the way. He builds log homes.
It's
and
on the screen.
It's on the screen there. It would make a heck of a nice sign, but it's right off of one of the subdivision roads, and it's on his own property, but I think if it was a hearing, you'd probably have a bunch of people come
Yeah, it
forward.
needs to meet our requirements.
So that's my motion.
And I
Any other discussion? Yeah,
Did he have any justification for wanting it that big?
you actually can see it. The bigger, the more.
Well, yeah,
You're
but
right.
he's building log homes, and obviously the logs
Yeah, the logs show
are
it.
part of
Yeah.
the message, I would guess.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if you were saying he couldn't do it with anything smaller and have the same effect,
Well,
but
wouldn't that's true.
it doesn't really matter.
Right, that's a good point, though. Any other discussion? Online? Okay, then I'll call for the vote, and the vote is to disapprove this variance, and all in favor, say aye. Lucas?
Aye.
Vogel, so moved.
Kanda, aye.
Reissue.
Okay. Name change on a road, and this is logical. Who's got this one? Paul, are you doing this one?
That's JD.
Or JD's got it?
Lucas got it.
JD. This was hard to find, but we found it. I got this
okay.
one.
It's on the board.
Oh, he's got, okay,
It's on the board.
cool.
You got it.
You can stand up there and point to it though,
Okay.
JD, so everybody understands
Well-
what's going on, because you can't really read it.
The problem we have, and I don't know how this wasn't found sooner, because
Yeah,
we have two subdivisions. One is Silver Cliff Heights, one is Conquistador Estates. Both of them have a road named Spruce Drive. We were there's, see down here, this in the dark blue, this is Spruce Drive. That's in Conquistador Estates, and then if you go up, this is also Spruce Drive. They don't connect, it's two different roads.
and 911 would have an issue with that.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm surprised it's never come up before, to be honest with you. We have, I checked, we got a request to address a lot in there, and we were like, okay, it should be this, and then we realized that was already an address. And we looked, and it's like, well, that's clear down here, oh.
And if an ambulance was down there and he tries to go to the north side, he
And
couldn't get there.
We've had this come up before, because these were done before there was zoning, so there's no one to approve these. Generally, we've caught them, but this one didn't get caught. There are 17 lots that are impacted, 10 up here, 7 down below. I think the reason it never got caught before, it's kind of a sparsely, there's nobody who lives out there year-round, there might be now, but up until the last couple of years, no one lived there year-round. They were like part-time residents, so they didn't use it as an address for anything. So our solution, I talked with John, John's not here, I think he's in Fremont County with 911 probably. Our solution was to maybe have this upper one named Spruce Drive North and the other one named Spruce Drive South. And the reason that we came up with that is because if we do that, we don't have to change anybody's number. If you're 100 Spruce Drive, you just become 100 Spruce Drive North, or if you're 200 Spruce Drive South. It's also really easy to incorporate it into the 911 system, because all you're doing is changing that to north and south. We did that in Bull Domingo. We had a road Lope Loop. We made that north and south. We had Lope Loop was here, and there was Lope Loop down here. I'm like, why did you do that? But anyhow, so we made them north and south. It works pretty good. We will write letters to the people telling them, you have to change your address to, but they don't have to change their number. It's not a big deal to add north or south on it. And again, I'm not sure if there's anybody even lives out there full-time. but it was, somebody's building a new home that's gonna be a full-time residence. When we went to address it, we found that issue. So, I mean, if you guys wanna handle it a different way, but we were just thinking north for the one in Silver Cliff Heights, south for the one that's south. And John talked with 911, and that seemed to be the easiest way to handle it. So I'm just here to show you, explain, and ask if you guys could do it, because you guys can do it. You're responsible for health, safety, public welfare. This falls under safety, because just what Bill was talking about, you don't want a fire truck or an ambulance or a sheriff driving around down here when it's up there, or vice versa.
Plus it's confusing for the post.
It's very, and again, I don't think there's anybody delivered out there yet, but there could be down the road. And I think that's why it's never been caught, because there's not anybody really living out there.
Getting
full-time.
mail or deliveries, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and so, because it's mostly just people that are here 4 or 5 months out of the year. But I think this new person was getting ready to be a full-time resident, and it's like, yeah, we need to get this resolved.
Well, for fire and EMS and all that.
Yeah, you're right, sheriff, fire, ambulance, all that. Last thing you want is them driving around down here when it's up there, or vice versa, so it would just get them there quicker. And 911, John talked with them, they seem to think that was a quick, easy way to handle it, is just to make it Spruce Drive South, Spruce Drive North, rather than, because we already have a Spruce Lane and a Spruce Road. And
I'd like to know how Google Maps handles it, because it's.
Good question, I have no
It show
idea.
up 2 addresses in 2 different places.
Yeah, and this is getting off topic a little bit. We had somebody complain the other day about, well, Google Maps can't find me at this address. Like, Apple Maps can, Google Maps can't. I don't know who does Apple Maps and Google Maps. And that's a good question, but I don't know how it comes up in that, because we just do the 911 and our stuff here, and I don't know how they get it out there.
So the north and south could take care of the post office also, if there was the
Should
same
be,
number
yeah,
of
yeah, it should be.
addresses.
The post office works with my office pretty closely. Somebody comes in and they want delivery out there and it's never been done before, they have to come into my office, get a letter stating that they own this, that this is the legal address, blah, blah, blah. And then they have to, everything has to be registered through Denver now with the post, so we have to give them that letter. They have to take it to the post office enters it into the system, sends the letter to Denver, and then it takes like a week and it gets put in. So I don't think it would be a problem, because they would all be handled through that.
It's called Spruce Drive.
Yeah, it's Spruce Drive now, and we would just make it Spruce Drive North in Silver Cliff Heights and Spruce Drive South in Conquistador State. I mean, pretty simple, the one that's north will be north, the one that's south will be south.
I have a concern, just
Sure.
see what you think. I think that sounds good, but usually when there's a north and south, there's a divider on the
Right.
same road that connects. That does not connect.
No, it
So-
doesn't, it
so
comes
what-
close.
What I would propose is we call one north-south drive, or one of them Spruce Drive, and the other one you could call Spruce Drive Lane, or Spruce Drive Road.
There's a lane.
That means that's less change on anything, it just.
Yeah, because we already have a Spruce Road and we have a Spruce Lane, but you're saying leave a Spruce Drive Road?
Something like that, yeah, leave the drive in there, but.
So just leave one of them Spruce Drive and,
Leave one of them alone, you won't have to do anything, and then the other one you could just put lane or road on. Or-
that's up to you
Or way,
guys.
you could put way,
That's up to you guys.
Spruce Drive way.
Way
Yeah.
would be the easiest,
That'd
without
be
being
the best.
interfering with anybody else.
Sure, whatever, that's up to you guys, whatever you want to do, and which one you want to leave. If it
Well, that's
was
up to you,
me,
whatever you
if it
want.
was me, I would leave the upper one Spruce Drive, because
That's
there
where
are-
most people are,
yeah, there's 10 impacted on that, and there's 7 on the
Right.
lower one.
Yeah.
I like that.
If I can, have it in- if I can put some input in here,
You can.
as somebody who works with addresses on a daily basis, I think if you just if you left the drive and you added road or way or whatever, that would be very confusing
yeah.
in addressing, in the way, like we
So we
have
do
put our.
Spruce Way maybe instead,
Yeah.
It'd be
Is
a
there a
new one,
Spruce
yeah.
Way?
instead of
Yeah.
Spruce Drive.
Well, the reason we were doing north and south is because then they would, I mean, you would just have to put the N and the S after,
Oh.
you wouldn't have to change, but if we do Spruce Way, they're gonna have to completely change their address, but yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
But
whatever
I
you guys
still
want
would
to do.
hate to have an ambulance stuck down on Spruce Way Drive north, and then you can't drive straight anywhere, you have to go.
Yeah, because you can see, here's the end of one, here's the end of
Right.
the other, there's,
And Google Map would have an easier chance to.
yeah,
But John changing those addresses, because he's not only got to change them in the mapping, he's got to change them with E911.
right.
And you've got to remap 7 addresses for the
Yeah,
7
we-
properties. You completely redo the address.
Well, you could probably leave the number alone because the number's based on the mileage down the road,
Okay,
but
That's a
you would
good
have to
idea.
change, these wouldn't change at all.
right.
Right, that's
So it would
less-
just be
less
these
moving.
7, and you would have to make it Spruce Way or whatever it is you're wanting to
Okay.
make it. And then we would have to write them and say, you're no longer 100 Spruce Drive, you're 100 Spruce Way.
Yeah, I like it.
And we've had to do that before.
Yeah.
We had 2 antelope lanes, they were miles apart. One was in the north part of the county, one was they were 35-acre tracts. They don't have to go before the county, and they didn't check to make sure that they weren't copying names. And we caught that right away. We had to change where Reggie lives.
Yeah, I remember that.
We had to change all the road names out there because, again, they didn't check to see, and
Didn't
everybody
clear.
uses the same names over and over. And it's like, well, we've already got that name.
anyway,
Yeah, Spruce Way is better.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I don't think Way is taken. I know Drive, Road, and Lane are all taken. I don't think Way is.
that'd be the easiest.
Yeah, I could double check that when I get back to the office on Way, and if it is, I'll let you know, but I don't think it is. I know there was Drive, Road, and Lane, so I think.
All right, we haven't got a motion yet, but Jim, go ahead and
I
make
just
the
had a question. First of all, since the numbers don't need to be changed, couldn't you just make it Apple Tree? But, that's,
sort of thing.
You could, they could do whatever they
Could
want.
make it.
and, the other thing is, are the way, road, drive, street, et cetera, don't they have definitions? That for, a way is a certain kind of street and a road is another kind of street?
Well, you would think, but we have avenues that are a cow trail. We have, it's up to whoever puts in the subdivision, they just name them what they name them. I don't think there's any.
They probably have rules in big municipalities.
I don't know either that, because you get confused of driving around in
Yeah.
Arvada, for example, with
Yeah.
days and all.
I mean, that's a good point, but I don't know,
Yeah.
I've never seen it up here, it's just,
I'll tell you what, though, I
why
would
do you
leave,
drive on a parkway and park on the driveway, It's like.
I would leave it Spruce, because the people out there originally
Right.
said,
Yeah, and
got
I-
spruce trees out here.
Right, and I think there's already a sign that says spruce or something, so it wouldn't be that hard to change that, but, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a county sign, because I don't think either one of these are county-maintained roads, but there's a subdivision sign out there.
Okay.
So,
I was gonna say with blue in front of spruce, but.
we have.
Yeah, you could do that,
I was
too.
gonna say, we have a ton of blue spruce.
Yeah.
One right up.
Again, we have blue
Yeah, there's
spruce,
one
I'm
everywhere.
like, could we be a little more original?
Colorado blue spruce.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Before
Rock
we
art
make a
thing.
motion, this is usually done by resolution.
yeah, thank you for that. It is
That's
usually done by.
important. That's true.
It's done by resolution and it's recorded, because that way I get a copy of it. We can send a copy to 911, title companies,
Yeah, it needs to be
realtors,
researched anyway. That's-
everybody picks it up.
Should we make a motion to
No.
look into it, or?
We just had a discussion, we don't have to anymore.
Okay,
Yeah, but, and that's a good point, and that's something I was gonna bring up and forgot, is it usually is done with resolution and it's recorded.
Yeah.
Because like I say, that way title companies, realtors, it gets sent to me, we send it to 911, it all gets picked up. And then when
Okay,
we
so
get that
that'll,
resolution,
Take it for
John and I will make those changes and
That's right,
mail the
that's what we
people.
did over here on the Rice place.
Yeah, Rice was another one, yes, like I say, we've had to do this a bunch. On Rice, what they did, they just didn't name the roads, and then we're trying to address them, and it's like, well,
Here's Blank Road 2.
yeah, I mean,
It's number
the main
2.
road comes off the highway, but you go back 3 miles before, and it's like, nobody's gonna find you
can
back
find
there.
you.
We address it off the highway, so yeah, Rice was another one. So there are quite a few resolutions that you can find that have already been done, it
Yeah.
shouldn't be that hard. And then if you would just record it, make sure I get one, John and I'll get it changed, he'll get it with 911, I'll send it to the people that are impacted, and we'll go from there. But it just becomes an issue of, we don't need a fire truck or an ambulance or a sheriff not being able to get around out there.
That's perfect, thank you, Jimmy.
Thanks, Judy.
Thank you, Kelly, for the input.
Kelly, do you need a copy of the map for any reason?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Oh, John sent me all these copies. of-
No, we got more copies than we've gotten.
all you need is
Yeah.
our.
He's got a new printer.
Yeah.
Okay. You're up, Brian.
Okay.
We got the landfill scraper purchase
Yeah.
to consider.
So, we need to shake your hand there, Mr. Brian. You're gonna bring up the letter also.
I think I'll just bring that up after the meeting.
Okay.
Yes, please. So last week, we had a workshop, and we were discussing the purchase of a 623G scraper for the landfill. Let me start off by saying that we currently lease Sean Gady's Colorado Forestry and Earthworks scraper every year, and that price is $32,000 roughly. Now, that also includes daily maintenance. If we were to rent one from Wagner Rents out of Pueblo, they would rent it to us for $28,000 a year, but that does not include maintenance. So unless something was to, break down, and they'd have to come and fix it.
How many months out of the year?
I was just gonna ask that.
1 month.
Only 1 month?
1 month, so actually, the lease actually is 1 month, meaning 160 hours, or 4 weeks, whichever comes first.
Okay. And
So
so
if
far,
you-
you've only had to use it 1 month every year you've used it.
Correct.
Really, and so
Correct.
what do you project on further? Is it
So-
gonna be more than 1 month?
So, no. Well, so if we purchase it, then we have it for that year. We're not restricted to 100 hours, 160 hours or 4 weeks. We've got it for the full year. And it's the same, if we lease to purchase it, depending on the numbers, and we'll bring up the numbers in a minute, basically, we can get a lease to purchase payment for about $32,800, and that is for 10 years, and then we own the machine, as opposed to 30 years, which this is the landfill expansion. We started filling this trench, EFG, back in 2022. It's full, G, H, and I are already full. We use that scraper to dig these trenches. These trenches are 40 feet deep. These were 370 feet long, and this one was 570 feet long. And also, the area fill. So currently, we have about 31 years of landfill space. Now, if we just continue to lease, then we're gonna have to lease the scraper for every year for 30 years. So if we purchase it, then we own it in 10 years. And we've got it. So not only do we have to strip all this topsoil, we also have to cover these trenches. A, B, and C are already covered, they're capped, seeded. D has topsoil that's ready for seeding. E, F, they're the longest, they're 1/4 mile long by 93 feet wide. E needs about another 12 inches of pit run, we call it, and then 6 inches on top of that. F needs about 6 inches of pit run and then 6 inches of top on that. And the same with these. These all need 48 inches of material on top, plus 6 inches of pit run and then 6 inches of top. To cover the area fill after it's been stripped, we have to come down here. The county owns my property down here. So we'll strip all the top off that and then strip the pit run to cover the trash up here. So, 48 inches. Yeah. So not only, well, with just daily cover for the trash, but then on top of that, yeah. I mean, and this thing is gonna be 30 feet above normal grade. Right. Once it's full, so.
You get enlighten us on the condition of the scraper, the maintenance, the new tires.
Yes, Colorado Forestry and Earthworks, they purchased the scraper in 2012, I believe. And then right after that, they put a new transmission in it. They just put new tires on it last year. There was a speed control sensor that was redone, and then some sort of clutch. I don't remember the exact terminology of what that clutch was,
But it's been well maintained.
it's been well maintained. And we do have the records. Dan, I gave them, they printed all the records from CAT that were, from 2012, everything they've done to it. We have copies of all that.
How many hours are on the engine?
9,200, I think, off the top of my head.
How many hours per year do you think you're gonna be using?
Oh, that's a good question. Because we've never had it for a full year, I really don't
Do
know.
you know how many you put on it in a month that you've leased it?
160 hours.
160, so.
Yeah.
So theoretically, you could go, let's say 300 hours in a year.
Easy, yeah. And the main thing actually too, if you purchase it, we have it there all the time. So when you're,
Piecemeal.
so you can do this over here at one day, and then you can go over here, you're not
Well, I
just
get that,
constantly
where I'm
going.
headed with it, Brian, is, 9,000 hours isn't too bad a time on a big
Oh,
machine.
it's
like
fairly
that.
young on that,
Mhm.
yeah.
But 30 years later, it's gonna be how many hours older, and so you're telling me it's not gonna be a lot older in hours,
Correct.
which is good and bad, because if you don't use it a lot, then it sits and rusts, like, you know how a machine.
Yeah, sure.
But it looks like it's equivalent to having a new machine, basically, because if it was a new
Mildly-
machine, it'd
mildly
be in the
used,
same
yeah.
shape.
Well, a new machine's 1.3 million.
No, that's not my point. The point is a new machine with not 9,000 hours on it is about the same as the 9,000 hour machine to us, putting on a few hours. So the equivalency is, it looks like a big, good deal as opposed to spending $1 million on a new
Yeah.
machine, because you're not gaining anything.
Why
in
are you putting
maintenance.
that out for the use
The
of?
point I'm trying to get you, if you agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I do have, I don't know if, did I send you all the, I think I did, all the loan numbers, yeah. I thought Vernon might be here, but I guess not.
He is.
Oh, is he online?
He's on.
Oh,
He's in the
Just
back.
say hi, Vernon.
hey,
He's
Vernon,
hiding.
you back there?
Gotta wake up. There he is.
Hey, what is in the landfill extension fund total, you know, off the top of your head?
134,000.
134, okay. So, let's look at, Caitlin, let's look at the, first, let's look at the 10-year loan term for 250,000. Okay, so if we pulled out 100,000 to put down, the loan amount would be 250 from United Business Bank for 10 years, 5% interest. The payment would be 32,000, and that's what we rent it for. That is if we put 100,000 down. If we do the 50,000 for 10 years, that is gonna be, I think, 38. We'll see, pull it up. There we go. So if we put 50,000 down, the payment, or the loan amount is 300,000, 10 years, the payment would be 38.8. And then we can go to the 5 and the 7 year if you want, but that's gonna be probably too much as far as, you know, a payment, yearly payment. Yeah, the 7 year would be 51,000, and then the 5 year would be,
69.
69.2. So,
Yeah.
I don't know what Vernon thinks, but I think it would be good if we just put 100,000 out of the landfill expansion and then just stick with that 32,000.
If we could drop the financing lease to 250,000, then the payments will pretty closely match what we already pay each year.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good thing.
Right. So that's, basically what I'm pitching.
What's the interest we pay on it?
5%.
Yeah.
5%, and the total interest paid over that time is, looks like it's around,
So it'll be around 74,000 if we put the 100,000 down.
But they're writing a check for the whole thing.
okay.
We'll put, so landfill expansion fund's around 130. We'll put about what in it at the end of the year?
Usually we run about 50,000 deposit,
Per year.
per year.
Per year.
Yeah.
So it would be making its
That's the
own
per
money.
bag, that's a portion of the per bag fee and landfill fees that people pay.
Yeah,
Right.
okay. So,
So what if we did this? Cause, yeah, 74,000 in interest, if we put the $100,000 down, if we do the 5-year loan term at 300,000, we put nothing down. We pay 46,000 in interest, so we keep paying the 32,000 that you already have budgeted, and then we take the rest out of the dollars, the landfill
That's
expansion
a better
fund.
deal.
And then we're pumping 14,000 basically in, because you're gonna have to use about 36,000 of that 50 to make the rest of the payment up.
And that's just based on our own fees. We were talking about upping the fees too, because we got
The
match the
volume,
time.
Mhm.
So I think that's a wise choice.
A lot of that
I
is
think
fuel
that's-
costs and everything else going up and everything.
Saves us about 30 in.
Yeah, because we're
30,000.
budgeting, we're budgeting 32.5, I think, next year for the.
Yeah.
for
Scraper.
Scraper
For
for a
scraper
month.
rent for the
Yeah.
month. Yeah.
And so then the fees would add up, so it's good.
Do you think you'll use that scraper more than those 160 hours? Are we gonna have to up your fuel a little bit, your budget? Because
that's a good
we have
question.
it now.
Yeah, I think the fuel is actually gonna be okay.
Okay,
I think if we do agree to do this, then we can do a test run for
Okay.
next year,
okay.
and then up it if we need to,
Okay.
you know, but I think there's gonna be enough fuel.
Because what I kind of want to do is leave some of that, some of your cash, well, that expansion fund, in case we can go after a matching grant.
Mhm.
So you have some money to match with, if it's 10% or 20%, when we go to, because we're gonna have to re-drill your well someday.
Yeah.
Down the road.
Right.
So,
Also, you got a grader you're gonna have to fuel potentially.
Yeah,
So your fuel's
Yeah,
gonna
fuel
go up a
for that,
bit,
too.
and also a little bit of maintenance because of new filters and everything for the scraper.
yeah, we could look at that. I don't know off the top of my head what the budget is for the fuel going into 2025 I don't know if you-
For the season though, you're looking at probably only one maintenance per year almost on that, for the hours of maintenance, I think.
I'd have to, I think they just serviced it as far as the oil, so, you know, we'll get with Rick, he's the mechanic for
I'm
CFA.
saying that would be the only expense added would be
Yeah.
the actual filters and everything and the liquid for the,
Find his fuel, Vernon.
Yes, sir, yes, $30,000 budgeted for fuel.
Yeah, and I don't know where I sit currently.
Currently, you're at 20,754.
Yeah, we got 3 months, you know,
Yeah.
so,
right.
you know.
Okay,
when do we have to make this payment by?
So when we purchased the compactor, when we signed it, the actual signed documents, I think it was September, whatever.
Right.
So that first payment wasn't made till the following September, a year in
Okay.
advance. So
Okay,
this, if we do decide that the payment would not be paid until whenever the documents were to get signed.
okay,
And so that could be November, depending on how long it takes the documents to, you know,
okay.
to be, you know,
To, yeah, produce those.
produced,
Okay.
yeah.
So we,
plus you got a scraper if we ever had a reason to go out because there's some washout of some kind of land, you know,
Well, right, and then Road and Bridges pit,
the pit
They're gonna
pay
have
for
to-
it when it comes up.
They're gonna have
It's
to
gonna
strip-
get more use than you think.
they're gonna have to strip more. They've been using the dozer to strip, and,
That
I
takes
mean,
a
it's
lot.
effective, but it's not nearly the.
Not, and it's harder on a bulldozer.
and it is a two-wheel drive, so. Forward.
Yeah. The scraper?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just two, yeah.
I just wanted that on the record.
Yeah, the pan, it just follows you.
Yeah.
You know, it
Yeah.
doesn't have any.
So do we need motion to accept?
Yeah, go ahead and put the motion together the way you stated it, Lucas, on the,
What's your thoughts again, Vernon, on are you okay with my suggestion? Am I thinking
That works too, yeah.
correctly?
Yeah.
I just think it's a little less in interest, and it keeps him a little
more
cash
money
reserve.
we got,
And you know,
Well, it
if
stretches
we,
it out.
if
Better
we
buy.
are able to raise fees, we can pay more than the contract payment.
Okay,
As long as we work in the contract,
They can pay it
there's no
down.
penalties for early payoff.
Right.
Oh, okay.
yeah, very
and you
true.
could put that into fuel.
Right.
So I will make a motion that we purchase the scraper from CF&E at the 5-year term at 5%. I take it this is gonna be through
It's through United Business.
through United Business Bank. And what's the purchase price again?
350.
350,000, so that's my motion.
I'll
So
say,
we'll work through the details, but
You get all that?
we'll have to put $50,000 down
Okay,
when we make that.
you want a second or you want me to?
I second.
You second. Bill said.
This is Dan. I,
Hold on a second, hold on a second. Just
I'm
wait a
sorry.
second.
Yep,
Minute.
yep.
You said you had it. Everybody's clear.
I was
Yes,
just making
but
sure.
you're doing the 50,000 down?
Yes.
Okay, Dan, go ahead.
I jumped in at the middle of this conversation, so I didn't hear the beginning of this. I'm going to assume that what we're talking about is a lease purchase agreement and not a loan?
No, this is a loan. It's a loan from the bank.
Right.
It's gotta be a lease.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, it is,
It
right.
can't be a loan.
Right, correct.
I just
correct.
want to make sure that that's what we're talking about. I didn't want us to get into some issues.
Yep, that's it.
So,
Yeah, correct.
it's a lease purchase.
Thanks, Dan. Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? Go ahead, Jim.
Okay, I'm gonna show my ignorance. What's a scraper? Is it one of those great big earthlings?
Yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
it'll hold 21 tons of material, so.
The beauty of it is it goes faster than a
The
bulldozer.
best way to describe that is it's
No,
like
I know what it is now.
Oh, okay, it's a drag bucket.
Yeah. So a lot of times, when we're covering the trenches, we'll dig from the area fill, and then cap the trench with that material, so you just.
I know you do.
Circle.
Do you ever have extra dirt?
Don't tell.
No. What kind of dirt are you looking for?
Just dirt to fill up some dirt beds.
You want
Gets
some fill dirt? Are you looking for fill dirt?
I got 2-foot beds and I need to get something up so then I can put good dirt on top of that.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of junk dirt he can give you.
Junk dirt.
Road and Bridge,
He does.
what they did on 271 and 265 is all of the embankment was washing down and filling all the culverts. So they've been hauling all that away onto 260
Filtered.
right now, just as, it's not road base, so it's mixed a little bit, not,
Anybody in the county is welcome to take it.
most of it is, they
I'll
call
talk
it
to you after the
natural.
meeting.
And I have about 10 loads on my property for anybody that needs it. 'cause it's-
That is 150 tons.
Yeah, and what
Well,
that
that's
was.
a little more than I
You need we had
Okay.
it put there because the commute time to go dump it and come back was an
Saves county.
hour.
Right, I'll talk to you after the meeting.
It was 15 minutes to my
Okay,
house.
okay. All right, I'll call for the vote on the lease purchase agreement for the purchasing this, owning this grader. We're not purchasing it per se, we're leasing. All in favor of the lease agreement, say aye. Paul?
Aye,
Lucas?
Aye.
Canada, aye.
all right, you're a new owner.
Okay.
Yeah, let me put Brian.
After this meeting, can I get with you guys? I got a quick note I need to make.
Sure.
Regarding the financial insurance. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we were
Okay.
discussing about, it needs a figure on.
Okay, next up, thank you, Brian.
Oh, yeah.
We've got the sale of the sheriff's office, 2016 Ram 1500, and we've got a certificate of title for that right here.
Correct.
And this is a, where does it say, where is it here?
Ram 2016, VIN number, blah.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, we just need the,
This is the First State Bank of who? Colorado.
this was a.
And this sale goes to where?
So this is what, obviously, we don't no longer have that vehicle in our possession, from what I hear. It was traded for outfitting the 2 Silverados and the,
That's right.
the 2 Silverados. And we just need to formalize this
This is a.
sale
Transfer, correct, yeah.
to basically the outfitter, which I believe was Watts.
Mhm.
and we've never done it, and I believe Kelly still holds the title for it, so.
Yeah, this was before we got a process going with the sheriff's office, and then we're catching up.
Yep.
Right, the paperwork.
So this is a motion to transfer title.
Correct.
And do we know to who?
Yeah, that,
I got it.
oh, you got it, okay, I just wanna make sure you have everything.
So all we're doing is signing the title, so it goes out.
Correct. Does that require yours, correct? One signature, chair, okay.
Okay, got a motion?
I'll make the motion that we transfer the certificate of title to, I don't remember who that was. to.
Watts Outfitting.
Outfitting.
Yeah. Where is that on here?
Nope.
Okay. That'd be my motion, I'll write it.
I'll second it. Okay, this is catching up on where we are, and all, you have a motion, any discussion here online? Okay, I'll call for the vote, all in favor of the sale of the sheriff's 2016 Ram 1500, say aye. Vote Paul?
Aye, transfer it.
Aye.
And I. Thanks.
RTB award letter.
Okay, the ERTB grant award letter and agreement.
So the ERTB grant that I applied for, I believe I did that at the end of August.
Yep.
I was awarded that grant, $34,878. And so this is just the IGA that is for you guys to sign accepting the grant.
And it's to do what? Just for the
This
record.
is to replace equipment, recording equipment in my office and a new server.
And is it, there's no match on it?
No,
No,
these are the funds that we take in, the $2 on each recording, and it goes into a fund that we can apply for these grant funds.
then we got it.
I'll make a motion to approve the ERTB grant award letter and agreement.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, then moved and seconded to approve the ERTB grant award letter and agreement. Any discussion here? Everybody understand? Online? Okay, I'll call for that. Vote all in favor of the ERTB grant award letter and agreement. Say aye, Lucas.
Aye.
Vogel Song.
And aye.
So I'll send this to them this afternoon and along with your email, Bill. And this is like the last one we did. You'll get an email for
Oh, yeah.
electronic signature. So,
I'll be watching for it.
yeah, I'll try and, she usually gives me a heads up of when she sent it out, so I'll shoot you a text
Okay,
or
good, yeah.
email or something. That
That'd be good. That'd help.
I'll look for it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Time is good. Good to keep going.
This is yours.
Posting of the 2026 preliminary budget. We got Vernon up here. Thanks for hanging around.
Of course. So I'm here for. Here is the applicable Colorado revised statute.
Okay, let me just read part of this so everybody understands what we're doing here. This is the notice of the budget for universal citation. Upon receipt of the proposed budget, the governing body shall cause it to be published a notice containing the following information: the date and time of the hearing at which the adoption of the proposed budget will be considered, a statement that the proposed budget is available for inspection by the public, a statement that at any time any interested elector or local government may file an objection to the proposed budget. And also for the local government whose proposed budget is more than $50,000, the notice required by subsection 1 of this section to be published at one time in a newspaper having general circulation in the local government. And finally, the local government whose proposed budget is 50,000 or less shall cause copies of the notice to be published in 3 public places. That's the gist of it. So what you got, Brian?
What I have is the preliminary draft budget that we have all worked on. I believe it's up on the screen. I do have a copy here, and I have posted it on the website for review. And this is our legal requirement that you are presented with the 2026 fiscal year budget.
Can you summarize the ins and outs of the final budget?
Well,
Public.
that's on page 6, we have a comparative summary of property tax revenue going over the mill levies, starting with the assessed valuation and the mill levies, as we haven't set those mill levies yet, but the proposed mill levy valuations that we're going to be collecting for property taxes. On page 7 is a consolidated budget summary and reference sheet showing the audited 2024 year-end balances applied to 2025 revenue versus expenses, and then the proposed 2026 revenue and expenses, showing the fund balances of each of the...
State that balance.
So for instance, in 2024, the end of 2024, the audited balance for the general fund is $5,107,051. In the 2025 column, we are showing the revenue is actually year-to-date revenue, and the expenses are the budgeted. It looks like we're going to come in under budget, and we're going to have more revenue, of course, more revenue than that because we have 3 more months of collections. Technically, we probably have 5 more months of collections because we get 25 revenue in the fiscal year 2026. So these are really reference numbers showing what our fund balances will be. If all told, moving forward as it is, our ending balance in 2026 for the general fund will be $4,153,786, and that includes table reserve, by the way, and as well as the restricted funds that we have. You'll notice that in 2026 we are, excuse me, our anticipated revenue is over expense, but in 2025 our anticipated revenue was under expense. So people have been fiscally responsible in the general fund, and our expenses are not going to be at the budgeted level, which is a very positive thing. The funds that we need to be follow under a microscope is really the 40 fund, which is the self-insurance, because our insurance costs are going up on a near daily basis, as well as the 65 fund, the airport, which still needs infusions from the general fund. Also of note, in 2025 and 2026, we moved $67,000 into the airport fund and $200,000 from the general fund into the insurance fund. So the budget, like I said, is available online.
One other thing before
yes,
we
sir.
get to that is the rest of the story is grants.
This includes grants. The revenue
Right.
The revenue in here includes the grant revenue we're getting. If you look at property taxes, our property taxes for the general fund only bring in between 1.3 and 1.4 million. On a $6 million budget, that's a small fraction, really.
Right.
That's a small percentage. So we are highly dependent on sales taxes, specific
Fees.
ownership taxes, fees.
And volunteers.
Volunteers, absolutely, as well as the grants. Grants is a little bit disingenuous when you start looking at the idea of grants is a little bit disingenuous when you start looking at DHS. Really, they're pass-throughs from the state. The EBRT grant, or ERBTs, excuse me, they call it a grant, but really it's a reimbursement on fees you've already collected. So grants is a little bit disingenuous, but the numbers are all here. The other important number is to look at is the fact that and it's all here. It's completely transparent. If you look at the fees, specific ownership, sales taxes, we're seeing a downward trend over the last 3 years. So everybody should be aware of that.
And the percentage on that downtrend,
I couldn't give you exact numbers, but I think
13.
about, between 10 and 13% over the last 3 years.
thank you. I just wanted to.
Okay, so you're gonna post it, by law, it has to be done then?
Yesterday,
Yep.
I did. Excuse me, it was presented to you yesterday. This is I sent it to you yesterday. The official presentation, of course, this morning. It is available. There is no DGL filing. I don't have to file it with the state. The requirement is to present it to you.
Present it.
So you have it. You had it yesterday,
And when do we have to finalize it?
December 15th.
December the 15th.
Yeah.
So everybody knows.
So I think that would, by making that statement and scheduling that, will fulfill our requirements for the CRSs, and we'll be able to be in compliance.
So we're good with just what we've done so far then. We don't have to pass anything.
No, sir.
For a change.
Right.
Right.
No, but there'll be a hearing later on before we actually adopt the budget.
Correct.
Kelly's got a question.
Kelly?
So in the past, you've always filed the preliminary budget in my office for if anybody wants to come in and look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still your plan? Is that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, that's on here.
It's 2 places.
So did you print one off for me, or you want me to just print one off of the one you?
I'll give it to you in a binder.
Oh.
Yeah.
A binder.
You can have your own.
What an interesting
You
idea.
paid for it.
What's that?
That's the finance department. Okay, any other questions here, public? Go ahead.
So you said it looked like property taxes only fund about a quarter of the county.
Yes, sir.
And from the looks of it, we've been dropping the mill levy probably because of the increased valuation of property,
That's right,
resulting in flat income.
right.
So the question I have is, why are we not taking advantage of the increased value of property so that our contribution from the residents of the county goes up?
And the way we would do that is to raise the mill levy.
Exactly.
And that's what we did.
It looks like it got dropped.
So we floated mill levy back up to the max that the voters approved through ballot initiative on the insurance fund, emergency services, and the Department of Human Services. We've left right now, as of right now, and as we get insurance numbers and once we approve raises or whatever we decide to do and get some final numbers, the 8.315 on the general fund may go up. What I hate to do about taking that to the max is if all of a sudden property values would drop like in 2008, we could be looking at a true deficit with nowhere to float our mill levies. We'd have to keep them the same. We have no way to float them up to take in more money at that time if values go down. So that's why.
And I apologize, I was looking only at the general fund.
Right.
Now I should everything.
Everyone, all of them are mill levied.
But our self-insurance fund, our insurance, that no longer pulls in enough money to cover our self-insurance.
What's the max in general fund?
10.245, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I have it over there on the side. Voter approved levy is the maximum.
Really? That's weird. No.
Okay?
Is it?
Well, it's not okay, but okay.
No, do you have a specific question about any of that process? Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Anything online?
No.
Okay. Thank you, Brendan.
Thank you.
Very well. Good job.
Take that.
Okay, this is gonna take forever on this last one, because we've got to repair the shop roof for the road and bridge.
You got it.
Road and bridge shop roof repair.
We don't have your,
So what we got was a couple bids.
3 bids.
3 bids.
Where's the rest of them? I got one here, one proposed from, oh, there it is.
it's
stuck.
Yeah, okay, I was just getting ready to give it.
All right, we got 3 bids that Matt Carver had gone out and talked with 3 different outfits. One's Conklin MR system for metal roofs. The other one is Colorado Front Range Exteriors. And what's the difference between Conklin up here?
Oh,
This is Quality Roof Systems.
yeah, it's not a.
So the first one is for $37,061.30.
Which was an overlook, I remember.
Yeah, and the other one, Colorado Front Range, didn't say much, they just bid $27,955.
Correct.
And the last one was, I think that's not part of it.
3727.
It is, it's $33,216. So that's the 3 of them there. Any discussion, guys?
So the middle one, we at least got an 8-year warranty. That's the one for $33,216.
$27,000 guy, removes the caps like the rest of them do, install the ridge, coat the roof with new rubber. Not much more than that. And the final one is clean the roof, prime it, caulk it, apply the stuff, the same stuff. And that's $37,000.
Matt's suggestion from talking to these people and looking these over was the mid one, was the concrete 40-year roofing system, yes. And this is a lot like what, the fire department did with their roof.
Correct.
So, Cody did. So, our purchase policy states that anything 25,000 and over, we're supposed to have sealed bids on. But getting sealed bids from 3 contractors has been challenging. Also, it is our policy, so within our policy, we can waive that policy for this purpose.
Right. Well, and okay, so there's only one with a warranty on it, 8 years. And that's the one you're proposing, or the grant's proposing. And we got a swing specified. I think, okay.
They will try to get it done this year yet, with the weather we've got, so.
Better hurry.
Yep.
Things still do.
Okay, I move that we accept the bid from Dave's Roofing Systems, and it's for $33,216.
I'll second that motion.
Did you say Dave's?
Yeah, that's what it has on it. Started off with Conklin's bolted to it, but I don't know why that.
And they're the ones that did the fire stations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Do I have a second?
Yeah, I think
I
he's
did.
second.
Okay, any other
I'm
discussion?
waiting for Kelly. No problem. Okay,
Anything online? Okay, I'll call for that vote. All in favor of Dave's Roofing Systems to do the job for road and bridge, say aye. Lucas?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
Kent, aye.
And this is the roof for the Dan's office shop. That's the one where we had water leak in before and kind of ruined that one
And it
heater.
needed to be redone.
Redone.
Okay,
Yep. Good.
we're doing this without a break today.
Oh, yeah, we're done.
All right, that's the end of the new business additional items. If you have something.
Yeah, we have that,
we wanna do
The
the,
CLPHA grant.
right,
So this grant is through the STEP program, which is tobacco funds. It's the Colorado Local Public Health Agency Chronic Disease Framework. There's up to $30,000 for the first 6 months of next year. We are gonna use, there was a bunch of strategies that STEP came up with that we could use. And I met with Sarah Bartleson of Public Health, and then John Van Dorn that's doing our Agri-Hub, Food Hub thing. And this grant fit in a lot with that to be able to partner, because they're always looking for who are you partnering with to do this. And part of this is chronic disease. We want to do more preventative stuff. So we want to help people eat healthier, cook better, more farm to table food, and around that. And then after this first 6 months, then they're going to evaluate how that went, this program. And then they're going to put money towards a 27 to 29 funding term. So this is just the kind of the pilot of this chronic disease framework.
so what's it pay for? Advertising?
So this will pay for going after a company that could evaluate how our agribusiness food hub is currently doing or is going through the months. It could be used to help Valley Assisted Living with providing cooking classes for the cook that they have, how to eat better, how do we get access to better food. This could be used for at the school. This could be used for training their chefs to cook better. This is about, and this was
Healthier, not better.
right, healthier, healthier choices. How do we eat better? How do we,
So who executes it?
so this would be public health. Public health would execute this. They would get the money and they would work with our agriculture food hub.
And there's no match?
There's no match. No. It's up to 30,000. So we'll apply for it and we'll
She
see
got
what
it
we get.
written out already?
Yep. It was a short 6-question,
Yeah. Really?
6-question application, and she'll put it in after this meeting based upon our decision.
Goes to CDPHE or
It goes to the Colorado Local Public Health Agency. It goes through, CDPHE to the STEP program, which is administrating this tobacco money.
good, so we spend the tobacco money.
Yeah.
And we're within the deadline.
Okay, got a motion?
I will make a motion to approve Sarah Bartleson to apply for the Colorado Local Public Health Agency Chronic Disease Framework Grant.
I'll second that motion.
And then moved and seconded to apply for the grant as stated. Discussion. Jim?
So there's no actual food supply involved with this, it's all just how you can go about doing stuff.
Yeah, how do we get farm food or locally grown food into the hands of those who are supplying food to those who need to eat it, is largely what this is about.
But it's not actually getting food.
Correct.
Yeah, it's not paying anybody to help grow it, it's
Right.
just the people that are already
Just
there.
buy it and give it to them.
Well, we'll have to see if
Yeah,
maybe
ask
we can
for
work a little of this out around
$45,000.
there.
And there's a second part of it being training, like education. So,
Okay, any other questions? Can't hurt to apply on this one. All in favor, say aye for the proposed motion. Lucas?
Aye.
what was on,
Kanda, aye.
need anything on that, Carol? Okay.
Nothing, this is.
Okay, any other business items?
No.
Okay, public comment, anybody besides Jim? Is anybody online? Jim, go ahead.
Am I being sent?
You're being selected to go last.
Okay, this has been a wonderfully productive and cordial meeting, so I thought I'd make a comment and destroy that whole process. At any rate, as you probably may or may not remember, on the 8th of September in 2021, a citizen brought for consideration a resolution, 2117, which declared the sitting president treasonous. If you go back and review the video from about minute 2:48 and 30 seconds, you'll get to see the arguments that were put forth at that time. And about those arguments, if you remove the references to the actions in Afghanistan and the specific president, you can look at what the current president is doing and responsible for in his first 10 months and conclude that you need to bring another resolution declaring the same crime of the current president. His actions have violated the First, Fourth, Fifth Amendments, as well as an executive order violating the 14th. He has illegally sent active duty troops into U.S. cities, military troops into U.S. cities. Federal officers are acting outside the jurisdiction, for instance, the Customs and Border Patrol in Chicago, where the closest border is 200 miles away. He's illegally blocking appropriated funds from being distributed. And these are just a few of the things I thought of off the top of my head this morning over blueberries. If these are not a violation of his oath, I don't know what is. So, Mr. Kanda, where is your resolution? Or are you a hypocrite? Or was Resolution 2117 purely political, which you vehemently denied back in 2021? And make no mistake, his administration's actions will affect Custer County citizens. Now, I assume you will not be able to stomach drafting a resolution to this effect. I volunteer to help you do it. Because after all, if not us, who? And if not now, when? Or you could recognize that Resolution 2117 was ill-advised and bring a motion to rescind it. But the bad taste would remain on the record. But there's another solution. You were not allowed to vote on Resolution 2117, but you did. According to Colorado Revised Statutes 2418-108-3, a member of the governing body of a local government who has a personal or private interest in a matter proposed or pending before the government body shall disclose such interest to the governing body and shall not vote thereon, and shall refrain from attempting to influence the decisions of the other members of the governing body in voting on the matter. If you look at the video, you'll clearly see that both those things were done. So if you recognize this, the vote on the resolution was 1-1, and it failed. Therefore, it never went into the record as approved, and the record can be corrected to so reflect.
Okay, thanks for your comments. Anything else? Okay, therefore, let's adjourn this meeting, and the time is 10:34. Thanks.